It's one of those days I just can't really unwind. I got 100 things running through my mind. Largely, I'm thinking about cryptocurrency. I'm frustrated with how some things have gone and just looking to the future, how I can set myself up for success. Can't dwell on what's happened. All I can do is focus really on the future, and I was really thinking about strategy, right? And really strategy and mindset gets you where you want to go. You can make some good moves, you can get lucky, that's cool, but luck is just exactly that. You can't really repeat it. Specifically, I want to talk about something I'm pretty passionate about, and it's specifically cryptocurrency mining. But I want to talk about how mining is basically just so much easier to do and just kind of cope with mentally long term, because that is really what people struggle with is buy a coin, sit on it, but for how long? Coin goes down in price, you feel freaking awful. Coin goes up in price, you're like, I want to take some profits. Well, look, I've been mining cryptocurrencies full time for a whole freaking long time now, 6-7 years. And I'm not here to recap my whole journey and story to you, but yo, my name is Vosk. You're on the Voskcoin YouTube channel, and I want to talk about how basically why you should actually consider mining cryptocurrency instead of buying cryptocurrency. And well, that's the video. I'll explain why right now. So let's kind of categorize these with some reasons. So reason number one is you own tangible hardware, physical hardware. Let's say things don't work out, you have something of value. This was even more interesting when GPU mining was very profitable. There have also been other opportunities where CPU mining has been a pretty lucrative play. There's now hard drive mining, which I'm pretty excited for and kind of invigorates that same interest of owning a large quantity of computer hardware that has an additional use other than just crypto mining, right? And I've talked about it a bunch before, watched the videos on it, but Evergreen Miner makes plug and play hard drive mining rigs. They're profitable, they're easy to use, it's a good time. Okay, so there's that. There's also specific mining hardware, which is really like ASIC miners. These are custom computers that all they do is hash away one specific mining algorithm, like a Bitcoin miner mines the SHA-256 mining algorithm. And people kind of try to paint these as risky, but they're just really not. If you believe in Bitcoin to any degree, then a Bitcoin miner is going to be viable for quite a long time. Sure, they can make new models and things like that, but something, for example, as advanced and developed as Bitcoin, right? Models are only going to get so much better, and it's going to take a reasonable amount of time. So pretty much you buy the latest and greatest, most efficient one, you'll be in for a decent ride. But the point here I'm trying to make, though, is you own tangible hardware. You have something physical, not only in the digital sector, which is cryptocurrency, but really in a digital age. I mean, you buy a video game, oh, it's digital. You buy software, oh, it's digital. I mean, even in some cars, you have to unlock features in this physical car digitally. I mean, maybe you have a food app and you order your food digitally. I mean, it's crazy when you really take a step back and realize how many things actually happen over the internet, digitally, virtually, as opposed to, physical things. But ultimately, the point when it comes to crypto, right, is if you buy a miner, you spend, X amount of money on a mining rig, okay? And it makes you money through mining crypto. So you're stacking up coins every day with it. Market gets hot, it's really profitable, and the miner can appreciate you got some hardware. Market dumps, well, that sucks, and you just hopefully wait it out. As opposed to, again, buying the coin, I see it's harder for people normally to have conviction doing so. On the flip side, for buying versus mining, you need to get the hardware, have somewhere for it, be able to deal with it, make sure it doesn't make any more noise or heat than you can deal with and tolerate. You have to learn a little bit about setting it up, but I mean, realistically, power cable, internet cable, Ethernet cable, done. You have to set up a crypto wallet anyway, and because if we all haven't learned the hard way, you need to custody your own coins, be your own bank. When it comes to crypto, Well, I don't know what else to teach us at this point. I want to speak really like from my point of view, and I just find it easier to buy hardware. It's fun, right? You want to get your hash rate up, like, oh, I want to get 5 of these miners and 6 of those, and it gives me this certain amount. For example, I want to get 1 petahash of Bitcoin mining rigs, which is basically 10 Bitcoin miners, and then I have 1 petahash per second. That's really cool, and that used to be really far away when Bitcoin miners weren't as powerful as they are now. On the same, petabyte chase, I want to get a petabyte of evergreen miners, so I'm farming Chia XCH, or basically hard drive mining with 1 petabyte per second. The higher speed you have on each of these respective mining algorithms, the more coins you'll mine, or really the more money you'll make. And in a bear market, yeah, you can always buy coins, or if the market's low or suppressed, or even in a bull market, yeah. But it's when the market is just exactly that, just not excited, depressed, bearish, red, whatever, there's less people doing everything. Less people buying, less liquidity, less people mining, whatever. Which should give you an opportunity basically to just mine more coins. And, well, that means if you just sit on them, hold them for the next bull run, the hopeful next all-time high, new all-time high, in retrospect, you're going to be in for a good time. Pegapool is the sponsored Bitcoin mining pool of the Voskcoin YouTube channel. They're the 13th largest Bitcoin mining pool in the world, as ranked by BTC.com. They boast being eco-friendly, and if you're mining on green energy, you get reduced mining pool fees on their mining pool. Furthermore, they claim to be the most profitable Bitcoin mining pool due to the FPPS payout scheme they have. Link out in the video description below. For example, I'm not really here to push coins or whatever, but just to be blunt, right? So I'm making like $15 a day after electricity on some of my recent Nervos Network CKB miners I've got, the Bitmain Miner K7. All right, so right now I'm making like $15 a day. I am hopeful, and maybe it's a bit of bullish belief, that I sit on these coins, next bull run hits, these coins appreciate, and in retrospect, it is possible I will be mining $150 per day. And you could take the safe way, you could take the $15 a day and be good. But like, I'm mining and trying to maximize my upside. But I'm playing a riskier game. I've got to float the electricity bill every month. Unless things go crazy and I take some profits, my rigs aren't being paid off. And it just really depends on your situation. The safest bet is ideally, say you buy a miner for $1,000, you mine $1,100. 100 was going to be enough to deal with the electricity bill. The other $1,000 is sold and pays off the rig, broken even. And then from there, all you got to do is cover electricity and bank all the coins, and then hope for the all-time high. You can. It's a good strategy, absolutely. But I'm trying to turn it up to 11 right now, and I live by the sword, I die by the sword. Mining opens up just this whole hobbyist point of view. You get gear, you can take pictures, you can show your buddy, you can join the Voskcoin Discord server which is the best and original mining community on Discord, and connect with others. You make friends, and it's just a lot more genuine. You get the opportunity to tinker with this stuff. You can refine the mining rigs, make them more efficient, adjust your setup, work on your area where you're actually hosting these rigs or whatever. Whereas if you just buy a coin, then maybe you read a news article about it, and you're like, oh, that's cool, that's bullish, and we're really doing stuff with this coin. And maybe you join a server with a bunch of other people that bought the coin. You're like, yeah, we bought the coin, yeah. But it's just not that much to it. And most cryptocurrencies don't have all that much development, and you just end up with moon boys just, circle jerking around this freaking cryptocurrency, and it's just lame. Obviously, that's not always true, and things like DeFi and Web 3.0 can open up a whole world and realm of possibilities. But how often is that actually happening versus these people wanting to believe that that's happening? I really can't stress this point enough. There's really just nothing like watching coins accumulate in your wallet. right? And there are other things in cryptocurrency that you can chase that with, right? Yield farming, liquidity mining, staking, other things like that can give you recurring rewards. But like every day I get mining payouts in different cryptocurrencies. They hit my wallet, I see the balance go up, I can analyze my portfolio, I can see my change over time. It's just so exciting. It's engaging. It's literally and figuratively, spiritually rewarding. Whereas if I go on and sync a buy manually, or I do some DCA and I dollar cost average in, and I do reoccurring buys, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever, right? It's just not quite the same. Just doesn't hit the same. The number one killer I see for people not being successful in cryptocurrency investing is just losing their steam. They lose that luster they had when they were like, yeah, I'm getting into crypto and it's so cool and I think I'm gonna make money and I'm doing this, I'm excited for that. And then they're like, yeah, it's not cool anymore, I'm not interested or whatever. And some people get in for the wrong reasons, sure. Maybe they get into a project that blows up, or they get some huge negative exposure on something that implodes, or rugs or scams or whatever. But you just have to channel that initial belief and find what interests you. All of cryptocurrency won't be interesting. Maybe you really like Web 3.0, but you think NFTs suck. Or maybe you love mining and all these tokens are trash. Or maybe you're just a Bitcoin guy. Whatever it is whatever it is. But just really finding what you like. And if you're starting to lose the appeal for that, dig around, because cryptocurrency is a blossoming ecosystem. There's something in here for you that can interest you and excite you. And to be honest, if there's not, then why don't you go out there and create it? Seriously. The only thing in between you and where you want to be, who you want to be, is you. Or things that you need to deal with and move yourself, which ultimately, again, is you. So I'm going to point at you one more time, because you need to point at that subscribe button. My name is Vosk. You're on the Voskcoin YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to stick around, if for no other reason than our CSO. That's our Chief Stick Around Officer here at the Voskcoin YouTube channel. That's going to be Tails. She's our Lord Commander, the owner of Voskcoin, and just a gem of my life. We do 10 seconds of Tails on every video. We're giving away some cryptocurrencies. Make sure to check it out. Comment below and let us know what crypto you want us to give away next. And if I can leave you with just one final note, whatever you do, don't give up. It's not over until you draw that last breath. So never stop fighting. Never sink into complacency. And never settle for a life that's anything less than you want. You're the only one that's going to get yourself there. Life, as much as many people hate to admit, is a single player game. Maybe there's some co-op levels, right? And you team up, maybe with your spouse and stuff like that, but you're the only one inside your head. You got to control it. You got to get where you want to go. Good luck. I'll be out there in the trenches with you.